I find the time that I spend with Vistage very valuable. I can tell you often, we meet once a month. The meetings, they kind of seem to sneak up on you, and you're like, oh geez, I just don't have time. I got other things going on. I've got these meetings. But I always find after I leave that that was time well spent. There's always some nugget. There's always some piece of information you get. Somebody's dealing with an issue that maybe you've dealt with, or you're contemplating. Somebody brings up something you haven't necessarily thought about, and so you get kind of a different perspective. So, I definitely think you get there's definitely a positive return. I've never looked at how much I pay, the fees to say whether, hey, this is working or it's not working. It's valuable. There's a lot of places you can go where you get kind of unbiased feedback about, your style, your issues, how you're interacting, with your team, what you could be doing differently, how the other members of the group might attack a problem or situation that you're facing. You kind of come with your set of beliefs, or the way you might solve a problem, or your outlook on something, and you get the opportunity to hear from a dozen other successful people how they might have done something similar or dissimilar than the way you kind of approached it. And so somebody might be dealing with an issue that maybe is not so applicable, but the interchange and the conversation and the ideas, hey, did you think about this, did you think about that? There's always something you can kind of apply from that, from those conversations. We've got a good group, different perspectives. In my case, different businesses. I think enjoy the relationships. You've got successful leaders, and you find out other things that they're involved in the community. So there's a camaraderie there. There's a friendship. We have a retreat once a year where we get together with our spouses or significant others, and so you form a real friendship, and and it's I guess I would kind of describe it as somewhat of an intimate relationship in terms of it's not superficial, because you're dealing, you're meeting throughout the year, and you're dealing with issues, right, that impact you, not only inside not only inside your career, but just kind of in your family. And it's great because we've got young and old members, and so you've got people that have gone through different life processes, right? Several people's kids are married, or their grandparents, or their kids are going away to college for the first time, and so I've got a 16-year-old daughter, so that's ahead of me. So it's great to hear those perspectives, and you get actually some. If I were to do it differently, this is how I would have done it, or this is what we did with our kids, or hey, you mentioned something something about you and your family, and that's important. I really found that to be valuable, over my life. So it's there's a mentoring component, I think, to it as well. So.